One of the wonderful things about this recipe is that when you have some time and you're not doing particularly anything important, but you still feel like being in the kitchen, this is a great recipe to do. You can make little cutlets, put them in your freezer and just freeze them. So when you have a guest who doesn't really call beforehand, you can make them this in like a matter of a few minutes and they'll be completely floored by you. I've got some garlic, ginger, chillies, slightly chopped onions. So we're just going to let it sweat a little bit before we add the carrots because the onions will otherwise taste a little raw. See, it's already so colorful. I love that. I love my food to be colorful. Like I feel like it should call out and, before you eat it. Okay, so now you can see we've got it slightly burnt. Not burnt, but it's beginning to cook. So just add a little salt. I'm going to add my remaining carrots. You can also add peas in this. You could add, cooked beans in it. Just put it on simmer. Just let it all mix up. At this stage, you can also add all the spices you want. Add a little bit of turmeric, chili powder. And because there is garam masala lying in my box here right now, I'm just going to add a pinch of it to give that little something extra. Now you can see how we've got this wonderful colorful mixture of sauce. So to sort of break the monotony of the potatoes and the fish there. Now I'm just going to switch it off and let it cool because you're going to have to put your hands in and mix everything. So it's really important that you don't burn yourself at this stage. I've got some mashed potatoes here. I've just peeled them, boiled them, cut them and just slightly with a tablespoon just roughly chop them. I'm using tuna fish, a canned tuna fish. So we're just going to drain out the liquid and just take tablespoons of this. The wonderful thing about using canned tuna is that it's already shredded, so you don't really have to make a lot of effort. Once you fillet your fish and even if you steam it, it's more than enough. Or if it's a soft meat, you can directly fry it as well, which is what we're doing here because this tuna's had some time to sit. Just make sure they're not in clumps, either the potatoes or the fish. I'm just going to put everything in a big mixing bowl so that it's slightly easy and does not get messy on the counter. All my potatoes and tuna. So now I'm just going to pour the carrot and the onion mix. I also feel like I could add a little more salt because we only added a little salt to this earlier. But if you're using canned fish, make sure it's not too salty either. Just mix it gently with your hands. You want everything to be, you don't want clumps of anything. You want an almost equal mixture of everything. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly start heating up the oil. I've also got some fresh coriander leaves here. You could alternatively also add curry leaves because curry leaves are used incessantly in a lot of Keralite food. So while the oil is heating, we're going to quickly make little balls out of these. You can do whatever size you like. I mean, you can do giant cutlets, you can do mini cutlets if you're throwing a party and you want like little starters to float around. So you can do little mini cutlets as well. Start with the next process. You just need to take out 2 egg whites. If your oil is hot enough, start with, so I've got a plate full of breadcrumbs here. Dip it in egg white. Just keep the gas on sim because you don't want it to get burnt, but you also actually want the fish inside to cook. So if you keep it on a low flame and keep it for a little longer, you'll make sure that the fish is cooked as well. That's our second one done. At this stage, you can also freeze your cutlets. Once you roll them in breadcrumbs, instead of dipping it in egg white, just roll them in breadcrumbs and you can sort of put it in between butter paper so that they don't catch together, and once you're removing it out of the freezer, and just freeze it. Once you think both the sides are done, you can totally, just start taking it out. Just make sure that the oil is not too hot and you're not being given an illusion of it being cooked, but it's just burnt and not cooked on the inside. Now that your cutlets are ready, pick up that phone, call your friends, call for cards, call for beer, and have a party. Oh, I forgot. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.